Hi there, gaming people. Back with another gaming night. And tonight we are playing Raiders of the North Sea by Garphill Games and designer Shem Phillips. So, with me I have Tony and Martin. This is his copy of the game. We have Molo.
Hello.
And myself, Jason. Right, so Raiders of the North Sea is a worker placement game which has a little interesting worker placement setting where you start off with the game with only one worker.
And you will never get more than one worker either.
Exactly, yeah. And what you do is, on your turn, when it's your turn, you get to place the worker and get to do that ability. So, for example, if I put it there, I gain some stuff. But then, once I'm done doing that action, I then retrieve another worker from somewhere else and gain that ability. So that's quite interesting. That's a little different to normal. So what we're doing here, we're a Viking clans and stuff, and this is our Viking island down at the bottom here. And we're going to go across the North Sea over to this island over here. First, well, not necessarily for starting off, but we're going to raid the coastal cities. We're going to go inland and raid the villages up there. And the further more inland we go, the harder it is. They actually put up a little more resistance. And being Vikings, we obviously have like, what do you call it, the thing of the gods, where if we die to Valkyries, we can gain victory points from here. Valkyries are these black little skull token things over here. In the gameplay turn, by the way, a lot what we're saying now will make more sense then, as I'm not going to explain all the rules. It's more just to give you an overview of what's going on. So over here we've got the armory track. This is endgame scoring. Higher up you're on the track, more points you get.
But it does also add to your strength for raiding as well, which is potentially quite useful.
And this is the Valkyrie track. Every time your crewmen die, they move up there. This will give you more victory points. Down here we have an offering to the gods from the Longhouse. So you can, if you pay all those resources, you'll get those victory points at the end of the game. There's another stack over there which will refill. Obviously we have the victory point track on the outside, and then of course we have all the different places we can raid, and they're kind of once-off raiding. So like, for example, as Martin was explaining down here, once you put your dude down there, and they have to be a specific color as well, so this one's a black or grey Viking, you can then raid one of these areas. Once all three spaces are full, that's it, that place is done, raided. There's nothing else to raid.
I just thought of this while we're doing it. So you'd put your guy in here, and then you kind of take everything there, including this one. So essentially this, you've lost that black guy forever, but you take this grey one, and I think it kind of supposed to represent them advancing in kind of experience. So these are like your novice guys, and these are kind of intermediaries, and as you go up you've got the white ones that are kind of like your veterans. I think maybe that
From the long war.
exactly that.
Oh, what's interesting, you got a little player age here which tells you, just zoom that in, what victory points are worth at the end of the game. There we go. So gold, iron, and livestock are worth victory points, and you can only have a certain amount of crew, i.e. 5, and provisions, which are these cool little sacks, and money, you can only have up to 8 of them.
You'll notice as well that that does go, so that shows that you've gone round the board to 50.
Ah, that's cool.
Very clever.
And we get dealt at the beginning of the game, we get dealt 5 Viking crewmen, and you get to keep 3 of them. So these are the 3 I've kept. You can have a quick check there. When you bring them into play, you have to pay the silver cost under the red banner, and then they have the ability on the generally on the left.
Yeah, they're multi-use cards basically. You can either hire them as crewmen, or you can use them as a one-shot ability, the one that's on the sort of bottom right of the card at the town hall. And there is quite a lot of cards here that go dickage on other people as well, so you can hurt them.
Right, so that's the basic overview. Have I left anything out?
No, I think that's pretty much it. It's fairly straightforward.
So we'll come back in the gameplay turn once we've gone through, say, halfway through the game, and then you can see a little basic play turn, and then we'll come back with the end. Right, let's get cracking. Rightio, so this is the gameplay turn. I suppose we're roughly coming up to halfway or somewhere thereabouts. I'll give you a show of what I've done so far. So I've got 3 Vikings out. I've got the Avenger, a Mercenary, and Merchant. Obviously the strengths are in the top corner there. So that's a 3 strength, 4 strength, 0 strength. The cost is underneath, like I said before. And then this is the abilities they have. So he gets victory points when he dies. He kills other people when they die, and he gains victory points for cows, which are these. That's gold, provisions, money. So it's my turn because I was the first player. So we're going to start from there. I've got one black worker to work, and this is what the board looks like so far. So these are what the options are available down here on our home place. This is what the track looks like on the armory. Martin's screaming ahead there. This is what the Valkyries track look like. That's Molo's in charge there, and that's the victory points track.
Which is pathetic at the moment.
Yeah, and Tony's in charge there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the silversmith with that black worker, which gives me 3 coins. And then I get to retrieve a worker, so it's going to be from somewhere here. So I can either retrieve from the town hall to play another Viking, or I can retrieve from...
play a card rather than hire a Viking.
Oh yeah. This one I can discard, and this one is to gain resources. So I'm going to take that, and gains me 2 more resources.
Provisions.
And that's my turn. Nice and quick and simple. So now we go Molo.
Well, that was perfect for me. So then I'm going to go there to get 2 and then get 3 silver.
There you go. How can you bugger up my go this time?
How can I? No, I'm going to go on a suicide raid. I'm going to raid that harbour.
Just point out Martin what they need.
Okay, so this one he needs 2 crew members, a minimum of 2 that is, which he has. 3 supply, which he's now spending. Okay, and he gets 1 victory point, plus 1 because you're raiding a harbour. So 2 victory points for red. Okay, and then he retrieves all of the stuff in this. So that's the worker he takes back. And he's getting
2 cattle.
Yeah, and 2 Valkyries, which essentially means 2 deaths in his camp.
Which is both his dudes.
He'll lose 2 guys.
But one of them's the mercenary. If killed in a raid, gain a victory point.
Okay, so the red one goes up another one. And on the Valkyrie track here, he's gone up 2 spaces as well. So that's worth 1 VP at the end of the game. And the more he goes up, the more it's worth, the more valuable it gets.
Just got rid of your harbour master guy, man.
Yeah, but there aren't many harbours left to raid.
It's 1 left.
Time for him to die, I believe.
So loyal to your subjects, man.
I'm going to place up here. I'm going to raid an outpost up here. So I need to have a minimum of 3 crew. I've got 4. I need to spend 3 supplies, but I've got a huntsman. I spend 1 less provision when raiding an outpost. That is, so I only spend 2. Now this one has got a variable victory point based on my combat strength. So I have a hero here who gains 1 strength for all other hired crew members. So he's got a base strength of 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I add my armory value. So I've got 15. And then it's rolling 1 dice, as shown there. So I've got 20. So 16 or upwards, I get 4 VPs. So if you move me up
yellow.
4, and I'll grab...
4 VPs?
Do I want a white one or...
So he gets a choice of either of those resources.
I'm tempted to take the white. What's my army track on? 6. No, I'll take that.
Ah, that's the one I wanted. Okay.
Sure you want cows, don't you?
I do, but a stone would have been nice as well.
Okay, that's me.
Right. So now it's me. I got a grey worker. I'm also going to go on a raid. Choices. I suppose I should just go there. So I'm going to go there. The same thing as Martin
you've
did.
got 3 crew. You can spend 3 provisions if you've got them.
I think I do.
Good.
So I spin those.
Right. Your combat strength is 7, 9, and you add a 1 die. 13. So you haven't got this, so you get 2 points for green.
I have 2 Milo. And then obviously I don't have a choice of what taking. I'm just taking those. But that wasn't too bad because I get 2 more cows.
That's what I figured you'd probably want that one anyway. But
which is worth a victory point each.
I think cows just make it as... the merchant just makes cows as valuable as all the other resources, doesn't he?
Exactly, yeah.
Hello, you're up.
Okay, and it's going to be a similar combo again.
Alright, do I get a... Oh no, I've got 2, yeah.
Okay. I will go to the barracks and I will hire
What does your hero do?
Gain 1 strength for every 2 Valkyrie you have taken.
Ah.
And then I will yoink this guy for 2 sacks of stuff.
2 provisions. Tony. So we decided we'd do 2 rounds because, or minimum of 2, because it's really quite quick to go around the table.
And there's a few options available as well to do what you want to do. So
Well, I'll go into the longhouse to pick that
I
up.
also find it interesting. We're all doing slightly different strategies as well.
So, 3 cows, 1
goal.
coin, for 4 victory points at the end of the game.
That's his
4
third.
hidden victory
Yeah,
points. I've
that's
got
his
3 of them.
third.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they're hidden in a pile, but we've obviously seen him do it. So if we're keeping an eye on him, we can see how many points he's got. But I can't remember.
No, I don't remember. I remember the last one was 4.
Oh, Tony, that might have worked out all right for me.
Take that out to activate that card's power, which is to draw 3 new cards into my hand.
Nice. 3.
So,
Okay, I'm going to place this in the mill, doing 2 provisions.
It's quite interesting. I don't know if you can notice this, but the black workers who we started with, when he goes to the mill, you only get 1 provision, where the grey one gets 2. So that's where the better workers earn you more. But like over there, the black worker does better there. And black workers are starting to get stuck in harbour points, which is interesting.
Exactly that. So my retrieval, I'm going to retrieve from the longhouse. And I'm going to murder a cow
2
for
provisions.
2 provisions.
And there you go. That's 2 full rotations. So nice and simple. We're moving along nicely, even though it doesn't look like it on the victory points track.
It'll start changing fairly soon though, as we start raiding the higher up things.
The game will end, by the way, when what happens?
There's 3 triggers for end game. So when all but 1 of the fortresses are gone,
So 2 fortresses are gone.
if there are no Valkyries left on the board, which are these black skulls,
There's quite a few of them left.
or something else which I can't actually remember.
Is it when these stack runs out?
Yes, exactly that. When the offerings are empty.
Okay, so there we go. That's all we got for the gameplay turn. We'll be back after the game ends. Okay, so this is the end of the game. We've worked out the points, and in last place, as you can tell by there, is Molo on 40 points. Well done, Molo. We'll come back.
Loss.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm in 3rd place with 42. Tony in 2nd place with 46.
Which is a victory for me,
Yeah.
not last.
And then the track ends there and Martin fell off. He basically quit. Did DNF. No, he got over back down this way with a 64, was it?
Yeah.
64 points. Well done, man. Well, I put it down to the fact that you're the only one who's played this before.
yeah, what
Well,
screwed
actually-
me was literally the fact that I'd never played it before, so I stacked into that combat character and it just couldn't go anywhere. And
Well, I
trying
just
to get her
tried.
off there.
I
And,
tried something
yeah,
different to my first game. That's what I did.
If I,
Well, you managed to combine 2 things. You managed to combine, you got, what was it, 13
points,
from
yeah.
those. I was going for them and got 17. But you managed to combine it with a lot of raiding as
Yeah.
well.
The rating got you a lot of points as well, yeah.
Huge amount, yeah.
trying to raid again after I'd sort of annihilated my crew with Valkyries was a bad idea in the end. I only realised right at the end that I could have just been farming to get points on that scale and get gold notes. But yeah.
Well,
And the Valkyrie track's interesting as well
Yeah.
because I didn't score any on that.
I only had the 1. Well,
Yeah,
you
it was-
2 lost a lot more guys. But Tony scored a lot of points as well from the things. I thought he was doing really well because he was the offerings was just hoovering them up, and I was like, "Oof, I'm not going any near him." I think I didn't move up. Oh, this was quite funny at the end. Tony was the person who ended the game, and he had the last turn as well. So on his last turn, he could move someone 1 space down.
Milo was here at the time, so he
I
had
played
6.
the card ability of a character by going to the town hall.
So he pushed Merlo back down. So he cost Merlo basically 2 points.
But he nearly did Jason. as
Yeah,
well.
he
was
first
right
chose
there.
me.
Which have been reversed the positions.
They're
It
so
cost
close.
you.
Funny.
So, anyway, thanks, Tony. kept me from not ending up last.
I thought you were going to score a lot more than you did because of that pile.
That pile of cows is
Scary.
intimidating.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I
It
mean,
was an intimidating herd.
I scored
of cattle.
15 points from my cows, which was alright. It's not bad, but I also messed up one of my. Funny enough, straight after we stopped filming the gameplay turn, I messed up a turn where I could have got a lot more points, but I didn't have the right worker, which was gutting.
Which is a very interesting mechanic in this game.
Yeah, that is probably one of the most interesting things I've seen about where you place a worker down and then retrieve one. So you're not getting more workers like in most worker placement games. You're just looking to get more workers, just so you can flood the board with actions.
Well, in this, you're going for the colour as well. The one you pick up
Yeah.
dictates what actions you can take. You know, a grey or a white. You need the whites to be further up here, and that's what you did wrong. You needed.
Yeah.
And there were
White.
several times when I didn't have a white worker.
Well, you
so
had a white
I-
and you needed a grey.
Yeah,
That
absolutely
was
that. Yeah, you
Jason's
really got
fault.
to plan for that as well.
And also, I mean, coupled with the fact that the interesting worker placement game, you've got obviously the characters that do their own interesting things as well. So it's actually, for a small pack game like this, you get a lot of interesting...
It's a diddy box as
Yeah.
well. It's very small.
You've got a reference hand to go with it.
It's like King of,
The
King of
characters,
Tokyo.
the cards
Yeah.
are interesting as well. The characters are interesting
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you've got they're a crew, but also you could play them for the power.
Yeah.
As a
One-shot
card,
power,
a
yeah.
one-shot
Multi-shot
power.
uses of cards. Really good components as well. Metal coins. Does this come standard to the game? That's really good, man. All right, let's have a little verdict. What did you think, Milo?
Oh, though my score doesn't reflect it, I love that. That was a really fun. I could play that again now.
So, what would you give it out of 10?
Oh, closing on 9, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you really did like that. How about you, Tone?
Yeah, so much so I'd probably give it the highest mark I've ever given a game that we've reviewed, a 9.5.
Wow.
He was saying midway through that he'd probably buy it
Yes.
because he's got another group as well that tends to like certain types of games. He thinks it'd go very well with
Dawns
that
on
group.
you
What's really
going on
interesting
in the
about,
game.
I mean, this is Raiders of the North Sea, and this is, I think, the first game in the series, second game. And then there's 2 other games, one of them which is on Kickstarter now when we filmed this, which was called Explorers.
Explorers,
Yeah. And if you get all 3 of them, you can get this expansion called the Ruin Saga, which allows you to play all 3 of them in one night or over a couple of weeks if you want to. And every time you finish, like for example, for this game, Martin would get a choice of a ruin. I can't remember exactly how it works. Something about if there's flipped over ruins, you could choose 2 of them or something like that.
Yeah, I don't
And-
know exactly how it works either. There's something linked. There's a common thing that
Yeah.
links them together and gives you powers in the next game.
And I think Tony would get 1, and I think I'd get 1, and maybe Molo would get 1, I'm not sure. And then the next game we play, if say Martin won again, he would get to choose a few more ruins, and then he gets bonuses which pass into the next games. It sounds really cool. I really like the idea. And when you got games like this, which are really cool, I mean, it's really interesting
And not very
mechanics.
long either.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and the speed of turns. There was barely any downtime at all. It's
yeah.
just round. You're planning your next move, hoping that moves aren't going to go and modifying it as
Yeah.
each person comes round here.
You can adapt
Yeah.
very quickly
You
as
can
well,
adapt
because
very
everything
quickly.
is good for you on there. There's nothing that you go, well, I'd never want to have that.
No, it's good. I liked it as well. I think I'd give it an 8 as well.
That would be what I'd score at 8 as well.
Yeah, I think it's really solid, interesting. It's interesting mechanics, really good theme, really good pieces, really fast, entertaining gameplay. This is a really solid game. Really, really good.
Yeah, I gave it the 9.5 because it's got some very nice, unique mechanics that I've not seen in other games.
I do have to
the
say
put
that
down, take up,
it's brilliant.
and
Absolutely
also the different colour workers affecting where you can go. So
Mm.
you've got to think about the one you put down and the one you're going to take up, what colour it's going to be. So that affects what action you're going to go for.
But it's really interesting as well because in most worker placement games you can be blocked from positions that you want to use. But
Yeah.
in this, you just you might be I wanted to do that action first and now I can't because someone's on there. But you can still do that action because you're just retrieving
Retrieve it,
something to
yeah.
do the action as well. So you never really are hamstrung in what you can do or what you can't do.
But it's
Really
a
clever
nice
like that.
bonus when you can do it in the order you want.
Absolutely,
That's the
yeah.
thing. That's the bonus.
And
It
also,
doesn't hamstring you, but gets you a bonus if you can do it in the order.
what was interesting as well is that during the game, we noted a couple of times, it looked like we were all going different routes. I mean, I was going heavy into resources, cows and gold. Martin was going raiding. You two were going Cult of the Death.
Well, I was gonna go-
Yeah, Tony went offerings mainly,
Offerings,
didn't he?
Yeah. And that's 4 different strategies in one little game. So this is super, super good. Well done, Shem Phillips. This is a top-notch game
Well,
that we would
considering- I don't know
recommend.
if he'd done many other games, but this might have been his second game on Kickstarter. I think Shipwrights was his first. He's done some
Shem
good ones.
short for something? Is that like, or is that a full name?
I don't know him.
Okay.
This
He's
is from New
Zealander, I
Zealand,
think.
isn't
Yeah.
it? New Zealand, yeah. No, I think this is top quality. I mean, I watched Radda's run through of the Raiders, not the Raiders, the Explorers. They look very good as well. Really light, easy.
Same principle.
No,
completely
completely different
Oh,
game.
okay.
And you've got Shipwrights, haven't you?
I've tried it yet. I mean, because I got them together.
Yeah. So we'll have to definitely give that a go because compared to if it's half as good as what this one was, it'd still be a solid game.
I hear it's a bit more nut punchy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, this one was fairly.
This has a couple of moments of, you just dick me over.
You're-
I hear Shipwrights
You're
is
just bitter
pretty
because of
bad.
that last action.
Yeah.
Oh, so would you be.
I have been in that position.
That is true.
On the first turn, that purposely killing off my Avenger so that I could then knock somebody else's character out and
Yeah.
stop them from raiding for a turn.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
very
No, there's
nice.
a lot of the cards have abilities of screwing somebody else over.
It's good artwork as well. This is a really solid game. Definitely recommend it, guys. Go ahead and check it out. Anyway, that's us done. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.